Guys, okay. Welcome to Rex and Reflect. This is gonna be my little philosophical videos that I have. I want to say it's a little passion project, but this entire account is my kind of passion project. But this is something that I think would be good for me personally, for my mental health. I think it's good for me to talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. These videos aren't going to be super edited, but I want to make at least one video a week about these, probably. Yeah, I don't know. So, today's video is about love and my understanding of love. I wrote down some notes in my journal. I got my journal right here. On the 30th, so yesterday, today is December 31st, about to be New Year's, it's 10:42, so if you're watching this, Happy New Year's to you, because I want to have it uploaded by then. I have some notes written from December 30th, where some bullet points that I want to bring up in this video, because I planned on recording this somewhere else, but some stuff happened, so now I'm at home. But yeah, today's video is about love and my understanding of it. The first point that I have 4 points that I wrote down. Number 1, soulmates and soul ties. Number 2, my experience. And number 4 is I will be love bombing. When I wrote this down, I wrote notes for tomorrow's video. Love, comma, my understanding. So this isn't exactly going to be applicable to most people, but I think it's just good for me to get some weight off my chest, especially before the new year. So yeah, let's start with the concept of soulmates. I really don't have no script or nothing written up. I just got a GTR in front of me for my background, so it's giving me light. So a lot of this is going to be off the top of the head, so this is going to be a long video. It's already 2 minutes in. Soulmates and soul ties. I believe that, I guess I don't really need these on, huh? I believe that soulmates and soul ties are a very real thing. I believe that everybody has someone that's meant for them. And whether that takes you 30 years to go find that person, then it takes you 30 years. If it takes you 5 years, it takes you 5 years. If you find that person and you think that's your soulmate, if you think that's your soulmate, then maybe it's your soulmate. If not, you guys, separate from each other. You find somebody else, and then you know. From my perspective, I understand that I understand that nothing makes sense. And I'm very self-aware, which is a good and a bad thing at the same time. I don't know if you guys can hear the fireworks going off. Why not? When I was 13 years old, I started talking to this girl, and I thought it was just going to be another, I was hoeing around in middle school, and I thought it was just going to be another one of those, because I knew her friends, she knew mine, and we knew each other mutually, but over time, we started to get to know each other better. I always thought she was very, very beautiful. She was otherworldly to me, to be honest. And I know that now, but at the time she felt so surreal. We didn't start talking romantically until 8th grade, but I've known her since 6th grade. And funny part is, her mom and my dad were in the same um, military squad group, whatever. I forget what it's called. And so seeing my dad saw her mom when I was touring the school in 6th grade, and I saw her for the first time, and it was pretty mind blowing seeing her. I thought she was beautiful from the moment that I seen her, and I genuinely think it could have been love at first sight, but um, who knows? Who knows if that's really true. Since we started talking, I'd say we moved on pretty fast. Like, we moved to each other pretty fast. But I think that's because we both knew that we loved each other from the moment that we started talking to each other, you know? It might be dumb, young love, but just everything about her felt so correct. Even then, everything about her felt so perfect. So we started dating, and from 8th grade to almost 2 years post graduating, we dated, and I loved every moment of it, and I loved every moment of her. It's it was nice for me to have somebody that understood me completely, or at least to the point that I let her understand me. And it took me some time to realize how improperly um, I loved her, or displayed my love at least, because I knew that I loved her from, honestly, from the moment that I saw her. But it took me so long for me to understand after she left how improperly that I loved her. I knew that I had to work on some things, but that shouldn't have put more stress on the love that she deserves. And my problem shouldn't have taken away from her. Um, yeah, so we dated for 5 years from 8th grade to post graduation. After we graduated, she joined the Navy, which was pretty hard for both of us. I in all of our time, in all the time that we were dating while we were in school, I had other things to keep me busy that made me choose myself so often over her. Um, and that's really selfish of me, and I realize that now, but that's beside the point. Um, I had these things that gave me motive and gave me drive, and I felt like I had a purpose. And eventually, those things had to come to an end, and that sucked really, really, really bad. So all those times that I was picking myself and picking those things that I wanted to do, it's just another bridge that I was stepping onto. It's another staircase that I was stepping onto that made it harder for her to want to choose me. Um, and it's understandable. I don't blame her for feeling the way that she did. But I know that we could have made it work. So after we graduated, it felt like I had no purpose. Or I started losing motivation. I started losing purpose because I thought that I I had a genuine belief that I can make it to the NFL at some point, which is, you know, um, I was gonna play D3 football at some random school in Minnesota. So that ended up falling through, and that ruined a lot of my motivation for things, which I can't blame everything on that. but it did put some more stress onto myself, I believe. Um, but yeah, and that took away a lot of my motivation for things, and I started to lose my sense of self, which is really difficult for me because I believe that I became depressed. But it also became difficult on her because I'm not the person that she fell in love with in the first place, or I'm not how I was when she fell in love with me. Um, so her moving away made things pretty difficult because obviously we weren't able to talk to each other for however long, and on top of that, now we would have to do long distance, which it's not impossible, but it definitely made things more difficult. I Over the time that she was gone, I completely lost myself to a point that I was going to consider taking my own life, which is hard for me to say out loud, but it's true because that's how I felt. And so, while she was gone, constantly improving herself and making things better for herself, I was doing nothing because I had no job, no sports, no nothing now, and no girlfriend for me to rely on. So I started losing my sense of self completely almost, and that made things very difficult for me. And then when she had the opportunity to talk to me, it made things even harder because she couldn't recognize who I was being, pretty much, and I couldn't recognize myself either. Um, so yeah, that made things a lot more difficult. But we both knew that we still loved each other, so we would make it work. And for a while, we did. um, for a while, we did make it work. For a while, we did make it work until it no longer worked because I she had her own problems going on. This is probably what almost a year after her um, being in the Navy now. So big time jump. Not everything was perfect in that time, but things were definitely better than how they were before. And I started to find myself again. Um, I started to find myself again. I got a job. She, started getting herself all prepared for life and all that. But, a year later, after her boot camp, um, she's going through a rough time because she's completely alone in where she's living at, and that she has nothing is familiar with her for her, and that's pretty hard on somebody. And at the time, I was still being selfish to a point where I was choosing myself even through her struggles because we were both hurt. Hurt people hurt people, you know. Um, I she was having a rough time and tried to and she did something which wasn't good for her. And she tried to confide in me, and I pushed her away, which at the time it was out of frustration and anger that I've been building up in myself for so long, but I decided to take it out on her for no reason, which is me being selfish again. So she tried to confide in me, and I got angry for I don't, I don't want to say no reason, but it's a reason that I don't remember now. But there's no excusable answer for me to be mad at her rather than to help her with her own feelings and better understand her and support her. Um, I pushed her away, and I thought that over time, immediately after then, I would think that over time, everything would just go back to normal and everything would be fine and she'd move on from it. And that's what I believe that she did until she didn't. So it is December 31st, and I believe it was September 13th is when she decided to break up with me. And that day sucked pretty bad, as you would expect, 5 years. 5 years and 8 months and 20 something days. Just gone. But it's something that she made her mind on, and I can't get upset about that because I love her. I don't even know what I'm talking about, I think I'm just talking to the camera right now. But I think my point is, I don't know what point there is. I think this is just me talking about it. Hurt people, right? I was so lost within myself. I was so lost within myself that the one person that I truly, truly love and I would give my heart for tried to do the same with me, yet I pushed her away and hurt her more. Eventually, she comes back to hometown because of some stuff that happens, and we get the opportunity to talk to each other again. And she is she's just as beautiful as the day she was when I lost her, which really sucks. I thought it'd just be some time away from each other and we would be able to get back together. And I showed her all the love that I should have showed her before while she was here. And she started showing love back, which, it's good. But I think I forced things too much. When she was here, I asked her if she would like to be my girlfriend again. And she said yes. But when she went back to where she was staying at before, it felt like things changed again. Because I think she didn't want to be in a relationship still, which I shouldn't have forced her. I shouldn't have asked her, really. Monitor just turned black. I shouldn't have asked her, really, but I did, and that was very selfish of me, again. When she went back, I could feel the shift from how she was when she was here. I think she got comfortable being over there. When she was here, she got to be her old self again. She goes back. It's back to her new normal. I think you guys can hear that one. Which, I love her either way. I love any version of her with all of my heart. But her going over there definitely changed things. So, we're back together again now. And it's been about 2 weeks. I've shown her that I've improved myself over the time that she was gone before we got back together. And I know that she noticed it, and she That's what she was looking for. Um, I know that's what she was looking for. And then she just breaks up with me again randomly one day, which sucked. But I also, in the moment I was mad, but now, I understand why again, because I almost forced her into a relationship. So she breaks up with me, and then because we still love each other, we just take some time apart from each other again. And then we start talking again. And this time it's just more friendly conversation, I'd say, rather than romantic. But I'd do anything to talk to her again. She, she's doing her own thing. I'm doing my own thing. And I'm letting her have the space that she needs because she has her own stuff going on. Then comes my birthday. On my birthday, she's the first person to text me. And she tells me how much she loves me and she's sorry for all the stuff that she put me through, and she wants to work things out. Text her back, thank you, I love you, I really love you, and I want to work things out too eventually. Throughout the days before, we've just been having random conversations. It's not like we're talking all day. But my birthday, I think it'd be the same. So I'm trying to talk to her. It's just dry answers. Loud chair. It's just dry answers, which is okay because it's not like we're in a relationship. We go days after my birthday where she just doesn't talk to me, or where neither of us are talking. And at that point, I think I knew that it was over for a little bit, or at least it's over. I knew that it was over. So Thanksgiving Day, I try to measle my way back in there because thinking I still have some kind of shot, thinking she still loves me. Tell her I'm thankful for her and I'm fond of our memories. She doesn't even read that. The next day or the day after, text her and I tell her I want to talk. She says okay. Forget what happens, but just want to make sure everything's okay with us. And push comes to shove, I guess. She tells me she's not in love with me anymore, which really sucked. But I think I knew that too. I think I knew that she didn't love me, or wasn't in love with me anymore. I will always be in love with that woman. She's my divine, man. My one that got away. I don't know. I'm yapping. 24 minutes in. Point being, I have to move on. I have to accept she doesn't love me. I have to accept that they're not what they used to be. And that sucks, but it's true. So, after we break up, I do the thing, I'm cyber stalking her. And then day finally comes where I'm like, this isn't good for me. I need to stop it. I need to stop looking. So I do. A handful of days later, I get the itch. And I go to check. and she unfollowed me and removed me as a follower. Okay? She's picking and choosing, right? I get upset about it. I don't do nothing about it. But noted, I accept it. A few days later, still haven't checked her thing. Then, not too long ago, on the 24th, on Christmas Eve, her friend that I follow, she reposted something that was on her story, where this isn't the point. I'm reaching. This isn't the point. We break up. I don't even know where this video is going, bro. I'm just throwing some shit up, I guess. So we break up, right? And point being, we break up and we're drifting from each other's lives right now. And that sucks. It really sucks. I had 5 years of my life with the woman that I love most, and now we can't even. Now we don't even talk. It sucks, but I think of her every day. And I think that's love to a point. So let's check this off my list, right? My experience. I love this girl. I love everything about her. I love the way she talks. I love the way she acts. I love her mind. I love her body. I love her spirit. I love her soul. I love her smile. I love everything about this girl. But I wasn't able to display it properly, and that's on me. I think that real, true love is unconditional. You will always, 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 always pick that person, no matter the scenario. And that's what I would do for her, you know? Man, I really should start writing a script. I believe that so to circle back, I believe that she's my soulmate. And if we're not soulmates, then we're at least soul tied, for sure. She makes everything feel right. She made everything feel right in the world, and everything with her makes sense. Whenever I'm with her, it all just connected. And she felt that way too. Until things changed. And I can't be upset at her for that. But from my experience of being with her, I understand. Now I know truly what real love is. Because I know she felt it for a moment, and I know I still feel it. I see our relationship as a learning point, or as a lesson, rather, in that love is unconditional. You hear the saying all the time of, you didn't want me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And I think that's true to a point of, I loved her when I had no love for myself, which is a really hard thing to do. But that comes back to being selfish also. It was selfish of me to put any love that I had into her, rather than also building up myself. Which, you know, it sounds good, right? It sounds good, right? You know, picking somewhere to put all your love. But if you don't have any love for yourself, then you don't have real love at all. But I know I had real love for her. But me losing myself made things extra hard for both of us. And that made her stop loving me, which is fair. I think true love is an unexplainable story. This is why I'm struggling so hard to get it out now. But knowing that you love someone, knowing that you want true love with someone, is a much easier story to tell, which is how I'm able to do it now. She is everything that I've ever wanted in a woman. And, thinking of all of our memories, the ones that I love most are the ones that we weren't able to make. And that's really hard on me because I know now, sorry, throwing your business out there, I know now that she's making those memories with somebody else. It's been 3 weeks, 4 weeks since our last full conversation where I'm, snot shooting out my nose, eyes are bright red and all that. She's already with some other guy, bro. It's crazy, but she's making her choices. If that's her love, then that's her love, I guess. That's not mine. My love is for her. Even if she's with somebody else right now. I think it's important for everybody to learn where their heart is at. And if your heart isn't fully into something, then your heart doesn't need to be there at all. My heart was fully into her, and she took her heart from me. Her heart didn't need to be with me, and she knew that. So she took it away and gave it to somebody else, which sucks. But that's life. Fortunately, her breaking up with me has been it's been a blessing in disguise, really, even though I've been going crazy over these last few months. I've never had so much reason to find self-purpose until now. And as much as I would like to be with her, I think it is good for us to be apart for moments of time, so we can both learn more about ourselves. Even though she's learning about some other guy, I'm learning so much about myself right now. Like, I got 3 books. I got this book, I got a book that I read every night before I go to bed, and then I got a book that I'm gonna let my friend borrow. I hate reading, or I hated reading. Now I don't mind it, but it's important, unfortunately, that we had to split up for me to have to learn that about myself. She wanted me to change so bad, but I couldn't do that for myself because I was comfortable. And now I am nothing but uncomfortable. And that is, unfortunately, a very good thing. Since us being apart, obviously I'm talking about self-love now, I have learned to apologize for my actions as well as hers. And I've also learned to forgive her as well as me. I said it before, I love this girl unconditionally. She can do no wrong in my eyes, but she can, piss me off for a good while, and that's exactly what she's doing. But that's life. Maybe that's just what she has to do for herself. And this is what I'm doing for myself. I'm talking to a camera right now. I didn't think I'd be streaming or recording or making any kind of content for a long, long time, but here we are. I've learned to forgive myself. I keep bringing up how selfish I was during our relationship and how I needed to do X, Y, and Z and this and that and that. But now, from moving on, or from rather accepting it, because I don't know about moving on, you know, she moved on. Me accepting her choices that she's making is only making me better. And that's what matters most. That's how I can build the love that I should have had for myself and given to her at the same time, but now it's all for me. She has my soul. I don't have hers. But maybe one day I can earn it back. Those were my points from the book, from my journal, rather. Now, time for my confession, even though I've kind of been saying it throughout this entire video. Fabi, if you find this somehow, I love you so, 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 so much. I am madly in love with you, and my eyes and heart are only for you. I know things are hard for both of us right now, or at least it's hard for me. And I hope you're thinking about me. I told you in that letter that I wrote you, you're gonna find the best version of me that nobody's ever seen, and that's nothing but true. It's nothing but true right now, and it'll be nothing but truer in the future. I love you. As much as I may want to be angry at you for how you're acting, or how I acted, or how you acted in the past, our past doesn't define us, only our present. And I'm making this video because I love you. I'm making this video because I am loving me now. I'm making this video because this is who we both wanted me to be. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here now. It's better late than never. I love you. You will always have a spot in my heart whenever you're ready to come back. We're gonna have to, work things out, talk things out, but it will always be open for you. I love you. I love me. I love everybody watching this video. We're 38 minutes in. I don't even think I've ever talked for 38 minutes straight. But I love you. I love loving. I love loving life. I love learning life. More life, for more years. 224 and all that, Hey, I'm branded. Whenever you see it, come home. Come on, babe. I love you. Home's waiting for you. Keys are here. But yeah, man. Anybody else watching this video? Love you guys too, man. Hopefully we can all figure it out together. Yeah, man. So, passion project. I promise I will fix this up for the next time I record a video. But more life for life.